Hi, good morning, or afternoon actually. It's Miss Bittinger, and I am making this video for remote learners only, or if you're absent, for this nutrient test lab. So this is a lab that we always do, typically before the biochemistry, the death chapter lab, or death chapter, but just due to time and due to COVID, I didn't do this lab, but now we're all in-person learners are coming back. I want to do it. So as you can see on my screen, this is the lab sheet, and it's the same one that's going to be on Canvas. You can read the introduction there, but this lab is based upon qualitative data. So we'll be recording color changes as we go through the lab. So I'm going to scroll through the lab. So this is a review of like carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, and nucleic acids. So you can see the equipment. So I've made the solutions, and I'm going to start by heating water for a water bath. So a water bath, if you can see some things here, is just, this water was being pickled earlier, and it's just a beaker of water. To heat up. So I've got a beaker here about halfway full, a little over halfway full of water, and I'm going to put it on this hot plate and plug in my hot plate and turn it on so it gets warm. Well, that's warming up. It says to go ahead and start the other parts of the lab. So I have my test tubes here. And then I am going to follow this chart here on the back, and it tells me what to add to each test tube. So test tube number 1, I'm testing for carbohydrate, specifically starch. So I'm going to add 3 milliliters of cornstarch and 6 drops of iodine. So I have a graduated cylinder. This one only goes up to 10 milliliters. So I'm assuming it's clean. I'm going to pour in about 3 milliliters of cornstarch solution. And I got 6, that's okay. And I'm going to put it in test tube 1. And then it says to add 6 drops of iodine. Here is iodine. So notice the iodine color, if you can see that. Typical iodine color is kind of a golden brown. So I'm going to add 6 drops to that. Hopefully you can see this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to shake this up. And as you can see, it has turned kind of a purple grayish color. Right? I'm going to do the same thing with water now in test tube 2. And we'll get cornstarch again. And this time I'm just going to add, oops. Oh, I did that incorrectly. I'll clean that test tube later. It should just be water, which that water is being weird. I'll get some water over here. Alright, so this test tube has water. And I want to add again 6 drops of iodine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mix it around. And the color is the same color as the iodine by itself. It's kind of a golden brown. Alright, I'm going to go down to test tube 3, which is going to be testing for our protein. So I'm going to grab my test tube. I'm just going to grab this one. And it says to have 3 milliliters of egg albumin. I'm going to pour some in here. and I'm going to add 10 drops of what's called Buretts. So here's the Buretts. It's going to have a really pretty purplish blue. And I'm going to add 10 drops of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm going to mix. And as you can see, it has turned to a really nice purple color. So I want to do the same thing again. This time 5 is just on water, and I want to use the water over here. So I have a test tube of just water in 5, and I'm going to have to pause because my battery. Alright, so I am back, and I have my test tube of water for test tube 4. I'm going to add 10 drops of that Buretts again that I used earlier. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to mix that up. And it's a very light blue, if not clear, it's almost clear. Next on the list, I'm going to have 3 milliliters of glucose solution. And 30 milliliters of Benedict solution. So Benedict is a really bright blue. If you read on the front, it tells you that we're going to put test tubes 5 and 6 into the water bath that we created earlier. So this one's just going to have water. Oh, water is being weird. So again, 3 milliliters of water and 3 milliliters of Benedict. We're going to put them in our water bath for 3 minutes. So test tube 6 is my 3 milliliters of water and Benedict, and the other test tube is glucose and Benedict. So I'm going to time them for 3 minutes. I'll move my computer over so you can observe what's going to happen. There we go. So we're going to let those sit for 3 minutes. You know what? I didn't mix these. Mix these a little bit. So in about 2 minutes, Sometimes we have to let them go for a little bit longer. Also, sometimes I can tell if my solution is strong enough or not, the solutions I make. So sometimes I monitor group's progress on this one and see if my solution needs to be a little bit stronger or not. So if I wanted to check on my test tubes, I would use a test tube clamp. Well, this one's not working very well. This is not how you use one, but it's not doing much. So I might need to make a new solution. Let's see here. Looks like Miss Bittinger might need to make a stronger solution. I'm going to keep those going. I'm going to pause and make a stronger solution and come back. I have made a stronger glucose solution and added my 3 milliliters of Benedict. So I'm going to put that back in here very carefully. And again, let that sit for another 3 minutes. So hopefully that one is better. Well, Miss Bittinger might be making another solution with a different glucose. So now I have created another glucose solution with an isomer of glucose, which is called dextrose. I'm going to put it in the water to see if we have any luck with that, because there's a specific color change that's supposed to happen. So in the original test tube over here, I have actually table sugar, which is sucrose, which, of course, contains glucose. Well, let's see if the isomer of glucose called dextrose gives us any other different results.